What if I told you? Today's session isn't really about exercise. It's about something much deeper. It's about remembering the strength that's still living quietly inside you. You see, most fitness programs for older adults talk about flexibility, balance, maybe a little muscle tone, and those are all important. But the truth is, real strength doesn't just come from lifting weights or stretching further. It comes from the everyday moments, like standing up from a chair or lifting your heels off the floor. The simple movements we stop noticing until they become difficult. In this space, we're not just training the body, we're reconnecting with it. We're awakening that quiet wisdom that never truly fades, the one that says, I'm still capable. I'm still here. Today, I'll guide you through 3 simple, powerful moves that speak directly to your nervous system, sharpen your balance, and remind your body how strong it already is. So take a deep breath. Settle in. You're exactly where you need to be. Right here. Right now. Before we begin, I'd love to know who's joining us today. Drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments below. Let's rise together. And now that you're here, calm, present, ready, let's begin our first movement. A motion so simple yet so powerful, it can literally retrain your brain to believe in your independence again. Exercise 1. Chair, sit to stand. I want you to picture this. You're sitting on a chair, and all you have to do is stand up. Easy, right? But after 60, many people notice that something changes. It's not the legs that give up first. It's the confidence. That tiny moment of hesitation. Will I lose balance? Or can I make it without holding on? Begins to create what I call a neurological loop of doubt. I once worked with a woman named Carol, 72 years old, full of life, sharp as ever. One day she told me, I'm not afraid of falling. I'm afraid of not being able to get back up. That hit me deeply. Because in that sentence lives a truth most people never say out loud, the fear of losing control. But here's the good news. Every time you rise from a chair with intention, you're not just strengthening your thighs or glutes, you're sending a clear message to your brain. I can rise. I am still in control. Science calls this a neurological rehearsal. It's a full-body signal that activates regions in your brain responsible for decision-making, balance, and coordination. It's more than an exercise. It's practice for independence. So here's how we do it. Sit on a sturdy chair, feet shoulder-width apart. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you rise. Don't rush. Don't count. Just feel the strength beneath your feet and the message you're sending with every lift. Each time you stand, whisper to yourself, I will continue to rise. Exercise 2. Seated leg extensions, building circulation and step confidence. Now let's move into a practice that's gentle, quiet, yet surprisingly powerful, the seated leg extension. This movement isn't just about strengthening your legs. It's about restoring flow, the flow of blood, energy, and confidence that keeps you moving freely through life. As we age, many people notice a familiar feeling. Heavy legs after sitting too long, swollen ankles, or that uncomfortable chill in the feet. That's not just getting older. It's your body telling you that circulation and lymph flow have slowed down, that your inner rivers need to move again. The beauty of this exercise is that it helps restart that flow without even standing up. When you lift and extend your leg, you're awakening the quadriceps, the strong muscles in the front of your thighs. They act like natural pumps, pushing blood back toward your heart, stimulating lymph movement, and gently reminding your body, we are still alive. We are still moving. With each repetition, you're also rebuilding what I call neuromuscular trust, the deep connection between your mind and your muscles. Every lift whispers to your brain, this leg can lift. This leg can stabilize. I can take the next step. Here's how to do it. Sit tall on a sturdy chair. Keep your feet flat, your back straight, your shoulders relaxed. Slowly extend one leg forward until it's almost parallel to the floor. Hold for a second or two. Feel the thigh engage. Then lower it down with control. Breathe naturally. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Alternate between legs, 10 to 15 times on each side, increasing as you feel stronger. Move slowly with awareness. Because every extension isn't just exercise. It's a step toward freedom, balance, and trust in your own body again. Exercise 3. Heel raises. Rediscovering the power beneath you. Let's move on to something that may look simple, but quietly holds the key to your balance, coordination, and confidence. This movement is called the heel raise, and it's all about rediscovering the power that lives beneath you. You see, staying balanced and walking with confidence doesn't just depend on your leg muscles. It comes from a hidden network of sensors in your ankles, feet, and calves, what scientists call your proprioceptive system. It's your body's built-in GPS, constantly telling your brain where you are in space, even when your eyes are closed. But as we grow older, these sensors start to fall asleep. They lose their sharpness if we don't keep them active, and that's when balance begins to fade and falls become more common. The good news? Every time you rise onto your toes, you're sending a wake-up call through that entire system. You're telling your brain, I'm still grounded. I know where I am. I'm still in rhythm with the world. Heel raises do more than strengthen your calves. They awaken the deep stabilizer muscles that quietly keep you upright, improve your ankle flexibility, and even sharpen your walking speed and stride length. Two powerful signs of long-term mobility and cognitive health. Here's how to do it. Stand beside a sturdy chair, resting your hands lightly on it for support. Keep your feet hip-width apart. Slowly lift both heels off the floor, rising onto your toes. Hold for 1 second, then lower back down with control. Start with 10 to 12 repetitions. As you feel steadier, build up to 20 or even 30. Move slowly, don't rush, focus on awareness. Because every time you lift your heels, you're not just strengthening your body, you're waking it up, reminding yourself, I still have rhythm. I still rise with purpose. Practical advice for seniors. Movement is not about intensity, it's about intention. Here's something I've learned after years of working with older adults. You don't need to move harder. You just need to move with awareness. Real progress doesn't come from how many repetitions you do or how much you sweat. It comes from showing up every day with intention. Because your body doesn't ask for perfection. It only asks that you keep the conversation going. Some of my most successful clients weren't the ones who trained the longest. They were the ones who found simple ways to make movement part of their everyday life. Try this. When you make your morning tea, do 5 sit-to-stands while you wait for the water to boil. When you brush your teeth, sneak in a few heel raises to wake up your balance. And before you open the newspaper, add 10 leg extensions to get the blood flowing through your legs. It's that simple. When movement blends into your routine, it stops feeling like exercise. It becomes a natural rhythm, a quiet reminder that your body is still alive, responsive, and capable. And please listen to your body. Some days you'll do more, some days less. Both are victories, because what matters most is that you showed up. You're not in competition with anyone, not even your younger self. You're simply learning to move smarter, softer, and with purpose. Because at this stage of life, movement isn't about intensity, it's about intention. You didn't just move, you chose to rise. Take a quiet moment right now, before the world rushes back in, before the next thing calls for your attention. Just breathe and feel what you've done today. You didn't just move your body, you reawakened the system that keeps you independent, balanced, and free. You reminded your brain and your muscles, we're still in motion. We're still alive. Every movement you made today, no matter how small, was a choice to rise instead of retreat, a choice to stay connected to your body, your strength, your future. You see, exercise isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring the body that carried you here and keeping it awake for the years ahead. So take pride in what you've done. If you felt even a little stronger, steadier, or more hopeful, share that. Leave a comment. Tell us what part spoke to you most. Because when you share, you remind others that strength is contagious, and together, we grow stronger. Stay curious about your body. Keep listening to it. Some days it whispers, some days it sings, but it's always speaking to you, if you slow down enough to hear it. Remember this, aging isn't about slowing down, it's about moving smarter. So keep showing up, keep breathing, and most of all, be kind to your body. It's listening, and it's still ready to rise.